Shabbat Shalom and welcome to Parshat Behar Bechukotai. In the Parsha this week, we read the story of Shemitah, the sabbatical year. The Torah says, Sheish shanim tizra sadecha v'sheish shanim tizmor karmecha. For 6 years you will sow the field, and 6 years you prune your vineyard. V'asafta et tfuata, and you gather its produce. V'ashana shvit, and on the 7th year, Shabbat Shabbaton yeh la'aretz. It's a Shabbos for the land. Shabbat laHashem. It's a Shabbat for Hashem. Sadecha lo tizra, v'charmecha lo tizmor. And you will not plant either your vineyard or prune your field. Etzviach ketircha lo tiktzor. Any of the aftergrowth of your harvest you shall not reap. But in vein zirecha lo tivtzor. And the grapes you've set aside for yourself you shall not pick. Shenat Shabbaton yeh la'aretz. It will be a Shabbat, a proper rest for the land. Vayita Shabbat haaretz lachem leochla lechal avdecha avdamatecha. And it shall be for all of the people to eat, for you, for your maids, your servants, all the people who live with you. Even for the animals, the food whatever grows in your field belongs to everybody else. Now, there's a question about this. It's obviously a very difficult thing to do. You can't plant and you can't harvest. So you're struggling. It's your livelihood. It's the things that you need to do. But why would people struggle, ask the rabbis, with the end of it? The first challenge is an understandable one, and not having a livelihood. But to give your food away to other people and just to let the animals eat it, why is that difficult for someone? So I heard a story of a group of Hasidim from the Radomska Rebbe, who was a wheat shortage. There was a wheat shortage in the area where they lived, and they invested heavily in wheat. And suddenly there was a bumper crop of wheat, and the price that they had paid for it, all the price of wheat went down, and they stood to lose a lot of money. So the two Hasidim went to the Rebbe, and they asked him, Rebbe, can you please daven that the price of wheat will go up again? And the Rebbe said to them, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not allowed to. I can't, because it's going to negatively affect the rest of the congregation. And they asked the Rebbe, what are we supposed to do? And he said, well, just like Hashem takes care of the poor and took care of the poor while the price of wheat was very high, so too he'll take care of you when the price of wheat is low. I think that the Torah is teaching us something important. That it's not just the idea of giving the land a rest and not having to focus on these things. The Torah wants us to be more communal minded. The Torah wants us to think of other people, not just ourselves. The challenge of not just leaving the land to lie fallow, but allowing other people to take the benefit of that land is a very difficult thing. The landowner himself, he doesn't want to think about the poor at this time. He wants to think about himself. He's worrying about his own livelihood because he's not planting anything and he's not getting any money. But the Torah tells us, think about the poor people. Think about the animals. Think about all the other people who are going to benefit from this particular situation. Don't think about your own needs all the time. The Torah is asking us to have a broader perspective. It's asking us not just to focus on the here and now. It's not just to focus on what affects us and the things that we can gain. The Torah is asking us to think about the community, to think about each other. You know, with the announcement by the Premier last week that places of worship are going to be able to be opened and certain amounts of people will be able to congregate, people have been rushing. Can I get back into shul? Can I do this? Can I meet with all my friends? Can I rush and continue my communal life as I did before? The answer is no, not yet. We need to have a broader perspective. The Parsha is teaching us that we have to think about others. We have to think about, are we going to be negatively affecting somebody else by the actions that we take? Even if we really, really want to come back into shul, if there's any danger whatsoever, we can't allow it. If there's any potential for some people getting hurt, we can't allow it. We have to think about the broader effect that it's going to have on the community. the shul, please God, is going to open again soon. When that happens, it will be a great celebration. We will all come together, but it will happen because it's for the betterment of the entire community, not just those of us who wish to pray. I'm very, very desperate to get back in. I'm very desperate for services to start again and to see you all, but I know that right now is not the right time. Hopefully, in the next few weeks, with Hashem's help, we will have sufficiently quashed this virus in Western Australia and be able to open our shul and pray together once again. And when that happens, that will truly be a day for the celebration for the entire community. I wish you all Shabbat Shalom.